Another Game 6 at 8. This one between the Thunder and the Mavs on ABC. Randy knows his. Dallas 3-0 in series clinching games under head coach Jason Kidd and have held the Thunder to just 104 points per game this series, with OKC's point total dropping in each game this series. Randy Scott, can you believe it? Randy can't. He was too stunned to speak. Good news for the Mavericks is Kyrie undefeated in series clinching opportunities. 2016 champ, a perfect 13-0 in those games. Big sample size, the best record in league history with at least 10 games played. The 13-game win streak tied with Big Shot Bob Robert Horry for the longest such win streak by any player all time. To dive now into this matchup, NBA analyst Sebastian Christensen joins us now. And Christian, there's a difference between hurt and injured. Everyone is the former at this stage of the playoffs. Luka, no exception. Bad back, bad knee, bad ankle, and you are telling us that's not all that bad of a thing, right?
Hey, Gary, how are you? Good morning. You're going to think I'm a little crazy here, but I do believe Luka being a little banged up might be a blessing in disguise for the Mavericks. Yes, even though he was looking to score, did so efficiently, quite frankly, dominated in Game 5. I believe the Mavericks are better when everybody's getting involved. PJ Washington has been amazing this postseason. Derrick Jones Jr. couldn't miss the other night. Daniel Gafford, Derek Lively have been huge factors. I think Luka and Kyrie can close, but this team is better when everybody's involved, and you could see it in the defensive disposition. You give the ball to guys to get them involved offensively, you see a different energy on the defensive side. That's 20 games of the regular season. Dallas had the best defensive efficiency in the NBA. That has transferred to the playoffs. Oklahoma has to shoot better. 10 out of 43, so it's not going to cut it. But if Dallas is defending like this, Gary, it's going to be tough for the Thunder.
I also love how you gave a shout-out to P.J. Washington. 5 games played. He has led the Mavericks in scoring 3 of those games. Luka did lead in scoring in Game 5. He also recorded a triple-double. More Sebastian in just a minute.
Turner for the slam!
Dudes don't want to go home. You know what I mean? Like, we had to come out and play desperate.
Right now, the Pacers throwing a lot of punches. Halliburton step back three. It's good. But the Pacers dominant again.
This is for all the marbles. I don't care if they startle.
Now it's a one-game series for all the marbles, and where better to have a Game 7 than the Garden.
And this series all tied at 3-game apiece.
Pacers 116-103 winners, and a winner-go-home scenario there in Game 6 in Indy, and it sets the stage for a winner-go-home Game 7 tomorrow afternoon. A matinee MSG showdown with a trip to the Eastern Conference Finals very much on the line. Pacers got a big night for Pascal Siakam, 25 points, 7 rebounds, 5 dimes, enough to overcome 31 points from Jalen Brunson. Another concern for the Knicks, the health of Josh Hart. Brian Windhorst has more from Indy.
The fans were still filing out of the arena here in Indianapolis on Friday night when the Pacers and Knicks players were already looking forward to Sunday's pivotal Game 7 in Madison Square Garden, the culmination of what has been an intense back-and-forth series. But the big question is going to be the health of Knicks do-it-all guard Josh Hart, who left Friday's game with an abdominal injury and didn't speak to reporters before leaving the arena. He told some of his teammates that he was already feeling a little bit better after getting some post-game treatment, but he was definitely laboring throughout the game and wearing a spider web of kinesio tape on his stomach, trying to get relief. This is going to be the third historic Game 7 between the Knicks and Pacers, dating back to 1994 and 1995. But just 6 of these players were even alive when those games took place. And instead of focusing on history, they're focusing on now, when they're hoping to get a shot against the Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Back with Sebastian Christensen. I mean, it rolls off the tongue. You got to have heart, Sebastian. You have to. How important, how much rather, does Josh Hart's availability impact Game 7?
Hey, Randy, how are you? It's going to be absolutely huge. Talk about bad juju. I'm the first one to say that this Knicks team is inspirational, but how many blows can they take? Yes, Game 7 will be at Madison Square Garden. We know that arena will be a factor. Yes, Jalen Brunson is going to be looking to be uber aggressive from the get-go. Most probably will have a better start than last game. But other than Brunson, Josh Hart is the most important player in this team. He's a heart and soul. His defensive activity, his energy, his rebounding prowess, his overall impact. Knicks just got dominated in the paint, got dominated in the boards. They're now down 5 key contributors. I'm not one to discount this Knicks team, but they need a cleanse right about now, Randy. Or maybe, just maybe, Tom Thibodeau has to rethink his minutes distribution. Truth be told, You play your guys so many minutes, eventually he's going to catch up to you. Not much you can do now, but, just food for thought for Tom Thibodeau on the Knicks.
That's certainly Coach Thibodeau's calling card, is running his guys into the ground. You play your best players, and here we are with Josh Hart. We'll get our answer with whether or not he plays tomorrow. It's Game 7, 3:30 Eastern on ABC. That's Sebastian Christensen getting us ready for a historic one at MSG.
Boston awaits that winner. The Pacers and the Knicks will get Boston. They are also waiting for Kristaps Porzingis, who hasn't played since April 30th after suffering a calf injury against the Heat. KP expected to miss the opening 2 games of these Eastern Conference Finals. Optimism, though, that he can return during this series, barring any setbacks. Game 1 is scheduled for Tuesday.